back everyone, and it's time to go balls deep! And you know what time it is. Boruto chapter 51 has released and it was fire! We are going to explain Naruto's new transformation with the 9 tails, Kaguya's past with Ishiki Otsutsuki regarding how the clan works, and lastly, Boruto's situation with Kawaki as they will be sacrificed to the 10 tails. Now, if you didn't know, we cover anime on a weekly basis, and if you enjoy our content, you should hit the notification bell to join our community. That will make you enjoy the manga and anime a lot more. So please, can you smash that like button too? Let's try and hit 40,000 likes for your boy Naruto. My man Naruto's about to sacrifice his life. He deserves it. But before we can go into detail, I'd like to mention our sponsors ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN are hooking everyone up with a special discounted membership including 3 months for free with our special link in the description and comment section below. Now you're probably wondering, what the hell is a VPN and why should I have one? Well, a virtual private network extends a private network across a public network and enables users to send and receive data across shared or public networks as if their computing devices were directly connected into a private network. Alright, I think that was a bit too balls deep, but basically ExpressVPN can help protect you from hackers who try to steal your private information. And yeah, that includes you searching up for your favorite waifu, for example, or going on a website that you shouldn't have. But not only that, they also protect you from your own ISP, internet service provider, preventing them from spying on your day-to-day activity, logging it, and selling your own information to third parties. And let's be honest, none of us want that. Everyone is aware of the ongoing issue of companies selling our information nowadays for their own benefit without our permission. On top of that, ExpressVPN also allows you to have access to a crazy amount of content on your Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, or streaming accounts. This is because ExpressVPN will unlock every single region on your streaming services, meaning that if a certain anime is not available in your region, just change your VPN country to the one you want and you can watch all the anime across the world. And yes, it's legal, I checked the terms of service. So I want everyone to make sure to keep yourself protected and safe. Start by clicking on our link in the description and pinned comment, expressvpn.com/abd. You can get 3 months for free, and the best bit is that there is a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's nothing to lose. Boruto chapter 51 begins with Ishiki addressing Boruto's revelation that he understands he cannot kill him because he is Momoshiki's vessel. Ishiki politely asks, "You say I can't kill you. What makes you think that, Uzumaki Boruto?" Sasuke is confused and wonders how Boruto came to this conclusion. This is where he explains that Boro gave him a clue in their fight. We then see a flashback where Boro the dumbass leaks the entire plan of Kara for no reason.
It's like your brain doesn't fucking work. You idiot. You're honestly an idiot. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Sasuke connects the dots as he remembers Amado mentioning the divine tree, and they realize that Boruto is linked to the plan because he will be used for the chakra fruit to be ripe, juicy, and the best it can be. We cut to Shikamaru and he's talking to Amado, who's busy puffing on some of that good shit, and he brings the rest of the gang up to speed regarding the revelations we just learned. The 10 tails is a seedling, and for it to grow completely into the divine tree, there has to be a sacrifice. You need to feed a living Otsutsuki to the 10 tails. Now remember, Ishiki no longer wants to sacrifice himself for the divine tree to be complete. His initial plan in chapter 35 is for him to sacrifice himself for the clan. Sasuke witnessed this as he went up to the 10 tails and he says, "Don't worry, you will be able to eat me soon." But this was in hopes that the 10 tails would originally eat Jigen and Ishiki would have Kawaki's body to resurrect in. But now that Jigen is dead, this plan died along with him. Long live Jigen, guys. Make sure to buy that merch. Thank you to all of you guys that have bought it so far. Remember, the discount code will always be in the pinned comment. But anyway, in chapter 35, it was a foreshadowing for the plot device we see now, because Ishiki's plan has changed when he heard from Delta that Boruto has become a perfect vessel for Momoshiki. This was absolutely great news for him. Remember in Boruto chapter 39, Ishiki was practically having an orgasm over the progression of his Karma Seal due to the resonation, and he states Boruto will become a perfect Otsutsuki, thus enabling him to create a powerful divine tree. Ishiki rather used Boruto Momoshiki since he is of a lesser rank than him and has less power. It doesn't matter if Momoshiki dies since an Otsutsuki can revive himself with the Karma Mark once again. This is a cycle the Otsutsuki clan follows and is one of the reasons they invade planet in pairs. In chapter 51, Ishiki realizes that Boro has died and let his plan slip. He's surprised that he was defeated since, you know, he forgot the show is called Boruto. Sasuke tells him they actually know everything about his plans as well as how to stop it, but Ishiki doesn't care about this shit because he knows they don't have the strength or the chakra to take him down anyway. He starts to make his way towards Sasuke when suddenly Boruto's like, wait a minute. He says, don't move any closer, you'll regret it, as he pulls out a kunai from his back pouch and he puts it up onto his neck. He threatens to kill himself if Ishiki lays a finger on his father or sensei, and he says that he won't hesitate. From there, we go back to Shikamaru, Amado, Kawaki, and Sumire. This is where Amado has to explain even more of the plot to us so that we can understand what's going on.
Of course!
Shikamaru is like, what? You have to feed an Otsutsuki to the Ten Tails? What is that shit you actually smoking? Let me see that shit, huh? Let me see the contents of what you're smoking.
Smoke weed every day.
Amado then says that this is the exact reason Otsutsuki always invade planets in pairs. One of them goes with the other as a sacrifice in order to cultivate the tree, while the other watches over the growth of it until the chakra fruit appears, of course. Katasuke is shocked that the chakra fruit would be seen as so desirable that one would sacrifice their own life for it. But whilst it is confusing, Amado explains that the sacrificial members of the clan prepare vessels ahead of time by bestowing a karma upon them, so that when they sacrifice themselves, they can just resurrect not too long after and continue living on and conquering planets. It's a vicious cycle. Sumire then explains that Ishiki and Kaguya were once assigned to this planet to destroy it using this exact method, and Amado continues on to say that Kaguya would have been the sacrifice due to being lower rank.
Nani?
This new revelation poses a question whether Kodachi retconned some of his and Kishimoto's earlier work. A lot of you are probably wondering that right now, right?
No!
What I mean is that in this chapter, Amado revealed Ishiki had a higher status and rank than Kaguya, whereas previously we were under the impression that Kaguya was possibly the daughter of the Otsutsuki patriarch. Now, you know, if that was too big of a word, I'm saying she was basically a princess and her daddy was the king or big boss chieftain, you know what I'm saying?
Of course!
So the reason we were led to believe this was due to the fact that in the Naruto data book, Kaguya is literally referred to as the leader of the Otsutsuki clan that migrated from another world in search of the chakra fruit. That, along with the title of princess given to her, like from her inspiration that Kishimoto designed her from, like the rabbit goddess that we can't forget, this gave us the impression that she had a high status amongst the Otsutsuki themselves. But now we find out that she is just of lower rank and her role in life was just to follow her senpai Ishiki and be used as a sacrifice for the divine tree Ten-tailed seed. So what does this mean? Is this really a retcon? Well, one way to see this is to assume that Kishimoto meant Kaguya was the Otsutsuki clan leader on Earth after she ate the fruit and begotten children. Her leadership can be seen similar to that of Hamura Otsutsuki's leadership of the Otsutsuki clan branch on the moon, right? They still refer to him as the leader. Her being called a princess could be due to her role on Earth during her era, being married to Tenji, the emperor of the land of ancestors, where after the people around that time kept the reference of a princess to her name. So okay, maybe we can try to reason Kishimoto's writing of Kaguya in alignment with Kodachi. But what about Kodachi's own writing in Boruto? What I mean is that why did Momoshiki only refer to Kaguya when Kinshiki informed him about the space curvature being over 16 on Earth during the anime? On top of that, there are only references to Kaguya in the anime and manga in regards to her dimensions and her scrolls, right? There is no mention of Ishiki at all, as if he didn't exist or have the higher rank at all. So hopefully we will get an explanation by Momoshiki or Ishiki himself in the upcoming chapters, but if this is ignored, then bruh, this shit don't make no sense.
That don't make no sense.
But again, I don't want to discredit Kodachi with the new information of Kaguya being an underling, as after going through the chapters, it's possible that Kodachi was foreshadowing this idea from the very beginning in chapter 35. This is when we are shown the Otsutsuki dimension where the Ten Tails is stored. On the mountains, we were shown 3 rectangular panels, each with 2 circular symbols representing the Otsutsuki members. One panel shows Momoshiki and Kinshiki, with Momoshiki on top because he's higher rank, of course, and the next panel shows Ishiki and Kaguya with Ishiki on top. The positioning of each member could reflect their ranks between their partners. This would mean that Kodachi from the very start planned to make Kaguya a lesser rank to Ishiki. Another point to bring up is that obviously we see 2 more Otsutsuki panels which cannot be identified at all, so remember these 2 will play a part later on in the series in one way or another. However, with this new information, Kaguya's backstory can be explained in more detail. We thought of a possible new theory using balls deep prediction jutsu, so if you guys want us to cover this theory and analysis, make sure to show some interest by getting this video to 40,000 likes and hitting the notification bell. Moving on back to the chapter, Sumire then puts this all together and explains that Ishiki plans to use Boruto as a sacrifice once his Otsutsukification is complete and he transforms into Momoshiki. We then finally get back to the fight. Now we understand why Ishiki really wants Boruto alive and why Boruto has potentially put him in a very risky situation. Ishiki states, "What the frick is that? Are you trying to threaten me?" And Boruto tells him he's serious. He will end his life to stop Ishiki from living on, and that he's been prepared to die since he entered this battle. Ishiki seems to think nothing of this as he suddenly vanishes, and Boruto's like, "What the fuck are you doing? You want me to die, bitch?" When out of nowhere, Ishiki uses his Hakuna Matata no Jutsu and he shrinks the kunai. Sasuke tells him to run away because threats won't work on him and they can't risk him being caught. They can't defeat him, so their only hope now is to stall him long enough that his time runs out before he can get to Kawaki. Out of freaking nowhere, this man just slams down on the back of Sasuke's head, and the impact is so great that he sends Sasuke rolling down along with the rocks around him, and he activates his dojutsu to move those cubes before right on top of him, and Sasuke has been smelling goddamn Ishiki's stinky ass toes and feet for the past 3 chapters, fam. My man's literally rubbing his face inside it and massaging it, bruh.
Whose toes are those? Who's that great ape right there?
So as Ishiki slams his black cubes on top of Sasuke, Boruto watches in shock. Angered at the sight of seeing his master crushed in front of him, Boruto attempts to Rasengan Ishiki, but that's just too obvious and he's grabbed onto Boruto's wrist like it was nothing, cancelling his attack. He states, "I don't plan on killing you, in that you are correct, Uzumaki Boruto." Ishiki then proceeds to snap Boruto's arm and he literally breaks it like a twig. As Boruto proceeds to stare at his lifeless arm, he screams in pain as Ishiki tells him he has no qualms with harming him in the process and then proceeds to knee him onto the ground. Ishiki continues to taunt Boruto, apologizing for his misunderstanding because we all know Ishiki is a good guy, man. Good guy Ishiki, this guy's polite as hell. He begins to step on Boruto and starts to crush him with his body weight like the insignificant bug he is to him, highlighting that fact. And almost out of Fork's mercy, Ishiki reveals to Boruto his plan to feed him to the Ten Tails. Moving on back to Konoha, we all know what just happened, right? We all know, right? Balls deep prediction jutsu has come true, because according to Amado, chakra fruits have variation from fruit to fruit. To give an analogy, similar to how regular fruits like apples and oranges may range in size, color, or taste and healthiness, to quote Amado, a healthy tree will bear plump fruits. Therefore, a vigorous divine tree will bear a good chakra fruit. Shikamaru finally began to understand the situation, but wasn't able to grasp how they are going to defeat Ishiki or what Boruto is planning on doing. Amado responds like, "Fuck knows, bruh." It could go either way. Kawaki seemingly loses his patience with Amado and all his vague responses. You know, he's just chilling there smoking his shit and he says, how much of this is going as you have plotted, you dumb bitch? And then Kawaki suspects Amado as he remains calm, knowing that if Naruto and the others are done for by Ishiki, he is basically screwed too. Amado then explains that, listen here little twat, you bitch, I'm gonna put you in your place because I'm the boss man around here. And he says, I am simply making the best choice available at the moment, and like everyone else is prepared to accept the result of said choices regardless of the outcome. Let's not forget, Amado is the dude with the big brain. In reality, Amado actually made more of a difference than any of the other characters. He has given our boys and Konoha a chance to win. Even with Kawaki, the karma that he hated was gone, and the possibility of defeating Ishiki appears as a result. The chances of Naruto and the others surviving a bout, it may be slim, but Amado states that it's the only prospecting option that they had. Even Katasuke chimes in, reluctantly agreeing with Amado, stating it is probably better for Kawaki to sit down quietly and wait for an outcome. Amado catches on to Kawaki's plight and emotions though, as he states, is it powerlessness that irritates you, or is it the grief over losing the karma? To which Kawaki responds with a respite, almost offended by the suggestion, which Amado decides to drop the questions. Now let's not forget our analysis from last month and the metaphor regarding the vase with Kawaki. We all know that Kawaki bears a hole and void in his heart as he has never felt fulfilled by life. Kawaki stated in chapter 39 that he and Jigen actually share similar wavelengths. Jigen chose him because he is a lot like him. Ishiki sought out and bought children from broken homes on purpose so that he can brainwash them psychologically in this manner. Chapter 51 has just provided even more clues for this fact. We see Kawaki frustrated, but Amado points out that the karma he loathed so much is finally gone. He should be happy, only to speculate that he might be frustrated because he's powerless now without the karma. This ties into Boruto chapter 50 fantastically because we see Kawaki having a dream about Ishiki, telling him that he's giving Kawaki the karma to fulfill the hole in his heart. Kawaki's heart is missing love and compassion from and for others, which Ishiki attempted to cover up by giving him overwhelming power, which is actually a lot like Sasuke's path from the original Naruto series. Sasuke believed that love and compassion from others and for others just made him weaker, so he left all of that behind in search of great power and revenge. We've seen Kawaki use this major power boost the Karma Seal gives him time and time again, like when we saw him kill Goro or when he used the powers to protect Naruto from one of Delta's attacks. But what Kawaki still needs to learn is exactly what Sasuke learned from Naruto at the end of Shippuden. You can't fill the void in your heart with just power, because ultimately you need other people, otherwise that power is completely useless and you won't have the right intentions of using it, therefore corrupting the essence of shinobi that Boruto's exploring. At the end of the day, all of these are clues and foreshadowing to the eventual story that we already know that happens. We know Kawaki has a karma again in the future 4 years later facing Boruto. And another thing to point out is regarding the plot device Kodachi has put in place. Now that we know Ishiki plans to sacrifice Boruto since he has become Momoshiki's resurrection, it just gives another reason for Momoshiki not wanting to do this and create his own plan. Why would Momoshiki risk a perfect vessel like Boruto and his entire existence, since finding a great vessel on Earth is just way too difficult? Look how hard it was for Ishiki to even find Kawaki. Momoshiki got lucky with Boruto. Amado just admitted in chapter 51 that Boruto will grow to be a powerful and great Otsutsuki due to the resonation and the phenomena that has bewildered them. Ishiki admitted the same thing, that Boruto will become a wonderful Otsutsuki in the future. So this makes us think about the question that Boruto must definitely be dampening the effect of his resonation in the karma, even though right now he's already at 80% revealed in chapter 50. How does he stop 20% of progression in 4 years time? There must be a reason, and I have done a theory regarding this already. It's displayed to you right now and I'd highly suggest for you to go and watch it. Furthermore, since we know Sasuke and Boruto already plan to use Momoshiki's power in chapter 49 as a secret trick up their sleeve to defeat Ishiki in some sort of way, the writing has perfectly set up this plot device to activate. Boruto in the next chapter can try to talk to Momoshiki and ask him if he really wants to sacrifice himself for Ishiki's sake. Or he can use his pure eye in some sort of way to help his father Naruto from completely dying. There is no way Boruto would sit and watch his father pass away without trying to do something, man. There's no way. I'm dying. I'm upset, bro. Can't you tell? Moving on back to the battlefield, Naruto is trapped between Ishiki's giant cube jutsu. These cubes apparently are blocking chakra and sensory abilities, as Naruto says that he can't figure out where Boruto and Sasuke are. Kurama interjects saying that Ishiki is taking a divide and conquer approach, which is intelligent. Naruto, as always, doesn't have a plan to defeat this otherworldly power. However, he is the freaking Hokage. He has to protect the village, and that's more important than his own life. Even if he slaughters me and ends up a corpse, I'll probably keep clinging to him and never let go. Not until that bastard's life runs out. Like, holy shit, guys, this is it. Reading this just made me realize that Naruto may actually die. Naruto dying now! Kurama asks Naruto if he is really willing to die. Naruto replies saying that he sees no other choice. Then Kurama says there may be a way to do something. Kurama talks about an ace up his sleeve, a do or die situation. Naruto asks why the plot didn't allow him to tell this sooner. Kurama responds that it's a plan that involves Naruto dying, but since Naruto will be killed by Ishiki anyways, this is the moment to do it. On the next page, Ishiki has his stinky ass smelly feet on top of Boruto and tells him that he will be divided by the 10 tails to create the tree. He tells Boruto to not despair, as in time he and everyone he knows will be dead anyway, so it doesn't matter when he dies. Naruto then comes and yeets Ishiki with a solid kick on his face. Although it looks like Ishiki got hit pretty hard, he still stays up on his feet and doesn't drop to the ground. This is just highlighting the contrast of power between Ishiki and Naruto. Earlier, Ishiki just did the same thing against Sasuke and created a crater into the ground, meaning that Naruto definitely has to use this final transformation with Kurama to sacrifice his life to stand a chance. So you are all probably wondering, what is the power Kurama is talking about? Why would it kill Naruto? Well, Sasuke Retsuden gave us a clue already. This is a canon novel approved by Masashi Kishimoto. In the novel, both Naruto and Kurama were suffering from a idiopathic disease, and according to Kurama, it seemed as though the Sage's 6 Paths had also previously experienced the same symptoms of illness as Naruto. Sasuke and Sakura head on a mission to the Astronomy Research Institute, which was an institute founded by Tataro Janmuru, a companion of Hagoromo the Sage's 6 Paths. According to the intel found by Kakashi, the sage recovered while in care of the institute's founder Tataro. From searching the heavens, the sage was able to find and capture a falling star. Within the falling star was polar particles that he used to heal himself. Sakura believes that the tail beast sealed within the sage's body somehow damaged his ability to use chakra. So basically, think about Goku when he was dying of a disease before the Android Saga began. Now, by the end of the novel, Naruto is healed as Sasuke was successful in his mission. But what this basically tells us is that Naruto's new transformation must be similar to Gai's 8 Gates of Death. This new transformation may possibly be Kurama giving 100% of his full power to Naruto all at once, and this is dangerous due to the overwhelming strain it will have on his body. But going back to the chapter, Naruto has a quick father-son moment with Boruto where he tells him to leave or he will be killed. Naruto tells him that he is the Hokage and that he shouldn't worry, he's prepared to die. Ishiki tells him to listen to his son because he doesn't really want to kill them and he would let them go if they just reveal Kawaki's location. But Naruto then says that he is ready for Kurama to unleash everything. He has been prepared for a long time from the day he decided to become Hokage, and oh my god, you know, this This is too hype, guys. Put on the Twitch clip, fam.
Click on the next page.
Basically, Kurama claps his hands and there is an explosion. Then on the next page is Naruto's new form and I'm too hyped. Let me take a deep breath for this shit. Okay, but holy shit, guys, is Naruto's new form. Look at it. He has 9 tails showing. He looks cute like a fox. He looks like Kurama. They've merged their beings together and they are one. Ishiki even comments saying that Naruto's chakra is different now, but if Naruto truly does die here, Sasuke may decide to do the Rinne rebirth to bring him back. He can't bear that loss and he's in despair, right? We still don't know who's gonna die between these two characters. Now, I asked you guys on Twitter, what do you think about this chapter? And Armor says it's either gonna be Naruto dying as Kurama, exaggerating that if he uses this power, or it could cause serious damage to him, or it would actually kill him. Boruto could do something with his pure eye to revive him, or some shit like that where a guy opened the 8th gate, which yeah, I think most of the community agrees with. Austin Mays says Ishiki will send Naruto to the place where time doesn't flow, where the cubes are, so people can't sense where he is, so this will link back to episode 1 of Boruto. Also, Naruto won't die because time is stopped. That is actually a really great point by Austin, because Urashiki did something similar to Tsunori Otsutsuki. I think it was a 10,000 year seal, and you know, something like this could be possible. Anyway guys, that is everything I wanted to say this month. Make sure to hit the notification bell, subscribe and like the video, because we have Kaguya's backstory to explain too. See you guys next time. Bye bye.